Hey everyone, before we get started on the 2023 race season, I just want to do a little bit of a recap on the 2022 race season. We went to 3 different tracks in the state. It was Corrigan Oil. That's my home track. Went to Birch Run. I've raced there maybe 2 times in the past. And we went to Owasso Speedway, which I've probably ran there a dozen times or so. I really could care less for Owasso. I feel like it's a motor eater track. My friends make fun of me. I'm not going to race there, I always say, and they're like, oh, that's a motor eater. And that's a really good track to race at. That's where a lot of the great pure stock drivers in the state of Michigan race. This coming year, I plan on racing Owasso a little bit more to prove ourselves there. I have never won there. I have totaled 3 race cars there. Never even came close to winning. I got 3rd in one of the biggest races in the season back in 2004. I've totaled 2 track championship race cars there at Owasso. I really would like to focus on racing at Owasso Speedway this year to prove that I can do it there against some of the best drivers in the state. Like I said, Corrigan Oil is my home track. My favorite track to race at. I kind of consider myself a quarter-mile specialist, really. I seem to excel at quarter-mile racetracks. This last year, 2022 season was not the best. We did have a win. You can't ever complain about getting a main event win against competition. It's always a great thing to know that you were the best car at the track that night. But we also totaled out Black Betty. I don't really know. I really liked that car, so it took a lot of the wind out of our sails. Going into the 2023 race season, we were very uncertain of what we were going to do. We ended up figuring out we're going to buy another car, and thankfully it was ended up being a car that I raced quite a bit for Clearson Racing, Jake Pearson and Kenny Clark. I raced it more than either of those two raced it. Before I bought it, I called Kenny. I was like, hey man, what do you know about that car? He goes, you tell me. You raced it more than I did. And I was like, oh, it's that car. I raced it probably half a dozen times. Each time, and it got faster and faster and faster. So when that opportunity came up, I ran upstate Michigan and bought it. Didn't have any idea that was the car I was buying until I called Kenny, and as soon as he told me that was the car to buy, I ran up there and bought it. July 16th, you guys saw that video. A lot of you saw that video. I could see by the views that it had. I wrecked Black Betty, blew a motor going into turn number 1, and spun out my own oil. Rod knocked a hole in the oil pan, spun me out my own oil, and then the points leader came up and smashed me, which I felt terrible about. It's just one of them deals. I was really hoping to win. It was one of the biggest races of the season. It's a big money race. Just kept going up. The purse kept going up and up and up, and I thought, we really put our homework in for that night. Unfortunately, motor let go, and that's just what happens at Owasso. Like I said, well, they're motor eaters, my friends they're laughing right now, but thankfully for the rest of the season, I was in points contention for championship at back-to-back championships. Champ's gonna champ, right? At Corrigan Oil Speedway in Mason, Michigan, formerly known as Spartan Speedway. Against one of the top drivers in the pure stock division. I was really hoping to go back to back, but it did not. We ended up second in points, and they lent me their car for 2 races at the end of the season, which I'm super thankful for. Jake Pearson, Kenny Clark, Emily Pearson, and Chelsea Clark. They really helped us out a lot to get to the track, and like I said, it was kind of like I wrecked the car on Saturday, and Kenny and Jake got a hold of me on Wednesday. He said, come over, fix a few things on the race car, see what you think of Delilah. And they named their car Delilah, and man, I fell in love with Delilah. I'm not even kidding you. I offered her, I want to buy this car. I will buy this car. And they were not budging. They built that car together. But it was a great car. Fast, smooth, felt great. They were super happy with the feedback that I was giving them on their race car, and I was super happy with how the race car was performing. We ended up second in championship points at Corrigan Oil. Not bad at all. How can you complain about something like that? You can't. The crummy thing is Black Betty's totaled. We had to figure out what we were going to do from there. So this is kind of going to be a recap of how we built Eunice, we call the car now. We tore down Black Betty and started building Eunice. So this is really it. New beginning in the LHR Fab Shop. I hate that. I'm a creature of habit. It's far and few in between where I smash race cars up so bad where they can't be repaired. I'm fortunate because I've been racing for quite a few years, and we'll just go on from there. And 2023 racing videos will be uploaded after this, so keep your eye out for them, and we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. See ya. We are out here in the garage. What my plan is tear apart Black Betty, take the body out, take the engine out, take the transmission out, and start transferring some stuff over to the new car and getting that girl built for the season. So enjoy. Well, that went quicker than I anticipated, so that's a good sign. Yeah-yo! Yeah, a little sad tearing Black Betty down. She was a good car for us. Didn't have her for too long, but pretty good car. Starting to get stripped down. She's got a good buckle right there. You can see. So this right here is the left front rim and tire. Got smoked pretty good. Kind of cool. I mean, it's not awesome, but the cool stuff is that a lot of people don't see is just like how dirty it really is. Me running. Whatever. Ta-da! That's how you do that. This is the hardest ever. Like literally. Figured I'd just see, we've already made a mess, how this goes, I guess. Well, I would say that this is no good. And I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that.
Perfect. Of course, that's never good. Black Betty here, just getting pretty stripped down. Starting to look more like a something that's ready to go to the scrapyard, really. So happy about that. Made one heck of a mess here, go figure. And we'll just keep on going, get the front suspension off, get the rear end out of there, and just see what we can salvage out of this girl. BHR Fab Shop in the house. Hey. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just start hacking Black Betty apart here. We have a few things to get off. We have brake calipers to get off. You got the sway bar. You got the steering gear rack, brake master cylinder, and lead dash. Just some other stuff like that. We're gonna start taking off, and then I'm just gonna start cutting it up. So it kind of sucks, really. It was a quick car, but it was just so twisted when it hit the wall, and then the number 5 car at Owasso Speedway schmuckered us, and it just diamonded the car, and that's that. It's the end of the car. Take all the good parts off it and start again. So that's pretty much what you're about to see. Well, she forgot about my old John Deere. One more last check before you say we're through. Woohoo! Ah! And that right there is the end of Black Betty. Got her all hacked up here. Gonna take her over to the old scrap yard. Might try to save, I don't know, there's not much saving, maybe this. But making way for the new car here. That should be fun. And we will see you guys here in a little while. I'm gonna clean this stuff up here and end up getting all the junk out, everything kind of reorganized, and then we're gonna push the new car in and see what we can get done on the interior and also the body and stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned.